Welcome back. It's been a hot minute. It's time to say farewell to 2024, and I'm pretty pumped up about it actually. In the reading and writing realm, reading and writing, whatever, I've had a pretty great year. I'm gonna tell you my very favorite reads of 2024. Okay, we are so close to being done cleaning the room. I'm in a different location because I actually set up the room differently. I've redone the entire office slash library room slash reading room, whatever this is, writing room. We've completely redone it. So maybe I'll show you when I'm done. Anyways, this is 2024 in a wrap, and this is actually a really good year. I read 102 books this year. This is the first year that I've written everything down and kept track of what I was reading. I'm pretty certain there have been years that I've read like this, especially when my oldest was firstborn and in the hospital, but I've never recorded everything. So this was my first year recording, and I didn't really have a goal. I just wanted to read. Anyways, I read 102 books, and I read everything. Let's see, we did George Orwell, Animal Farm. That was one of the first ones. All the popular romantasy that came out. Read sci-fi, probably mostly fantasy. Did a lot of romance. I need those romance for palate cleansers between the hardcore fantasy. So I'm gonna share with you my top 5 favorite reads of 2024. Keep in mind, please, there's no possible way I could just choose one book, especially when you're reading like a bunch of series. So I broke it down into different categories and have looked at it, but I'm just sharing with you my top 5 favorites across the board. And if it's a series, it's counted as one. Just know that, because I can't break a series up if it was that good. Oh, Amazon just came to the door and they brought my organizer for my writing desk. That's super exciting. And if like a breakdown of 2024 is something that anybody's interested in, just to see the range of books, then let me know in the comments and maybe I'll make a video about that. As it is, we're just gonna go with this. Without further ado, let's get to my top 5. And here's the reality. These are my top 5 in first place. Okay? These are all in first place. I could not differentiate. And if you ask me to, maybe I will try to like come up with a scale of what I think makes a perfect book. But as it is, these are all first place. So I'm not going in any specific order except for the order that they're stacked. And one of them I'm letting my aunt borrow. I know where she lives. I will be getting it back. It was so good. Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. It is so beautifully written. It's fantasy in a very light way. I don't even know that like this is not for me. Like this video is not me breaking down what made this book so phenomenal, this duology so phenomenal, but it's one that I would totally book club, like just to talk about what makes this book so good. These books. But Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, so good. I will reread them. They were so classy. I could recommend them to anybody. What else can I say about it? It gives you almost like World War II vibes. It is set in a fantasy world, but it's so subtle that it feels real world. And the love story is beautiful. I just love watching these two youngins fight for their love. It's so good. Red Rising. This is the original trilogy of Red Rising. This is Red Rising, Golden Sun, and Morning Star. I have read Iron Gold and started Dark Age, but to me, with these three, you have an entire story line wrapped up with a beautiful bow on top. It is so perfectly done. I'm mind blown. He's a brilliant writer. I don't even think you have to like sci-fi to like this. It's so good. Go read it. 1,000 Splendid Suns. Can I just tell you guys, I was so moved by this story. I was blown away. The reality is, when you read a book like that, where you know that there are people in other parts of the world living in such oppressive conditions, and then you're over here living your life, you read a story like that, and it's really hard not to be grateful for what you have. This book made me look at my life as a mom and be so grateful for the kids that I have, and the husband that I have, the freedoms we have in America. I'm gonna say it was so good about every book series that I tell you. Okay, the next one would have been The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Can I put a picture? I'll put a picture of it. This book was so unexpected, and it like left this gaping like void where I was just like, there was so much to be said about Addie LaRue. I would do a book club to discuss The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Let me know if you're interested. Let's do it. And last but not least, Throne of Glass. So I did read all of the Sarah J. Maas books this year. Throne of Glass has made one of my favorites. And Throne of Glass has characters that you root for, that you fall in love with. She does such a good job of telling her story from the beginning and weaving it all the way to the last book. I was a fan. I don't care what anybody says. These are books you should go read. So those were my top 5 of 2024. I'm so looking forward to 2025. Okay, but I have to do like honorable mentions because there were so many authors that I like fell in love with. One, Holly Black, The Cruel Prince, Wicked King, and Queen of Nothing. And then I haven't read the others yet, but those 3 were so delightful that I was like, I think that I would read anything that you write. You're just such a fun storyteller. Let's see, Stephanie Garber, A Curse for True Love. I actually read that trilogy before Caraval. So I haven't read Caraval, Legendary, and Finale yet. So those are ones that I'm going to be looking forward to. But Stephanie Garber is one that I was just like, I'll read a book that you write, because these were so good. They were fun. They were light. I mean, it was almost like a palate cleanser. They were fantasy, but lighthearted. Rebecca Ross. So you did make my top 5, and I will also buy and read all the books that you put out. It was just that beautifully written. Like, what a wonderful storyteller. Yeah, so there we go. Those are my top of 2024. In 2024, I built a book nook, and that is something that I'm going to show you right now. Here we are at the book shop. Let's turn the light on in there. Oh my gosh, let's unlock it so we can go in and open the doors. Stop right now. Tell me that is not the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Look at the details. You're looking out at the snowy day. Oh my gosh. Look at all the little books in there. get it. All right, we're gonna close the door. Close the shot back up, guys. While I was sitting in here by lamplight, editing the video, and realized that I did not actually record an intro or an outro. So here I am in my Christmas PJs, recording by lamplight, and we're gonna just roll with it. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. I think next week I'll talk about writing goals and anticipated reads maybe of 2025. Yeah, that's it. I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.